Christy reading with you this morning. Now, coal miners at Idemitsu's Boggabri mine have gone on strike for the last 2 days, and there's every chance that action will continue until their conditions are improved. Workers say they are not being fairly paid at the open cut mine. They say conditions have gone backwards at the coal mine since the Japanese-owned operator terminated its labour with Downer and moved to direct employment. The CFMEU Northern Mining and New South Wales Energy President Peter Jordan joins us now to talk a bit more about this action. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Christy.
Thank you very much for your time. I mean, how many workers have walked off the job in the last 2 days?
Well, we've got 345 members on the mine site, so it's included all of those over the course of the last 2 days.
Okay. What is the discrepancy, firstly, with the wage?
Well, Idemitsu also own a mine down in the Hunter Valley at Muswellbrook, and when workers compare the conditions, particularly the wages and bonus systems to that mine, it's extraordinarily different, in the order of $30,000 to $40,000. So mine workers at Boggabri asked the question, what's the difference between a mine worker in the Gunnedah Basin and a mine worker in the Hunter Valley? And the answer is nothing. So they should be on the same conditions, and particularly with the same company, Idemitsu, or if they're not on the same, reasonably close to each other. So the workers have identified that as one of the major issues that they want fixed, and it's the reason why they're saying that in the Gunnedah Basin, mine workers' conditions are going backwards.
Okay. Has Idemitsu given any indication as to why there's such a difference in pay?
I think it's all about trying to just remain competitive in their eyes and continue to make huge profits out of that mine. What people need to understand that these workers are producing valuable, high-quality export coal for this company, and the pay and the conditions aren't reflecting what we consider are industry standards, and Idemitsu need to have a damn good look at that.
Well, what's the discrepancy here with the conditions? You mentioned it there. What's the situation?
Well, one of the key issues for us at Boggabri that doesn't appear to be a problem elsewhere in our industry is their insistence to have a new roster included into the agreement that allows for workers to work 7 days on straight and then have 7 off. Now, of course, the main issue there for workers at Boggabri is that it promotes the use of fly-in, fly-out. Our members already work 7-day roster. They're working a roster that's got 5 on, 4 off, 5 on, 5 off, that type of a roster. And they don't want to change this. And, of course, the question's asked of Boggabri, or Idemitsu, why do you need a 7 on, 7 off? Obviously, it is the fly-in and fly-out workers from elsewhere in the country. And that is a concern not only to our members, but to the local communities of that area. And we would say that promoting fly-in, fly-out is going to deprive local workers of an opportunity to work at that mine, and particularly the concern about that then flowing on to a number of other mining operations in that Gunnedah area.
Are there enough local workers, though?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the mine's fully manned up now, and all those workers reside locally, either Tamworth, Gunnedah, Boggabri, Narrabri, all around in that local area, as they should. And they'll continue to do so. But even if the workers are not locally and you have to source workers from elsewhere, there is an expectation that workers come to the local area and live in the local area, not fly in and fly out. Fly in and fly out money isn't spent in the local area, and we expect mines like Idemitsu's Boggabri operation to employ local workers that spend their money in the local mining communities.
What negotiations have happened until this point, until this week's strike action?
Well, negotiations have been going on for a long, long period of time. Those negotiations broke down about 3 weeks ago when Idemitsu insisted on putting the agreement out, their proposed agreement out to the workers for a vote. They engaged a company to come and do that secret ballot, and the workers rejected the company's agreement, 349 votes to 3. So it was quite obvious statement to Idemitsu that the workers weren't happy with the proposal that was on the table. As a result of that, workers then voted in accordance with the industrial laws to apply for a protected action ballot. That was successful. All bar 5 workers voted to take protected action. And as a result of not being able to reach a reasonable new agreement, workers decided to commence in the form of 6-hour stoppages on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week to try and advance those claims that are outstanding in those negotiations.
Are more stoppages planned? What's the situation going forward?
I think Idemitsu have stirred our guys up a little bit because we were due to meet the company today to continue negotiations, and we were due to go back to work last night, as we did, and they've now cancelled today's meeting. So that's not going to fix the problem. It's going to infuriate those workers more, and ultimately they'll decide to take further industrial action. I don't know the reason or logic that has applied to them cancelling the meeting. They simply advised the union yesterday that they don't intend to meet the union and its bargaining agents today at the mine. So that's a surprise, and we'll continue to do whatever's necessary to advance the members' claims.
Okay, all right. So is there the chance of more action this week, or what will happen there?
At this stage, we won't be taking any action until at least the weekend. That's a possibility. Certainly, unless Idemitsu comes back to the table and continue negotiations, we'll definitely implement further industrial action on the mine site. Our official responsible for the jobs, they're talking to our members at the moment, so they'll be developing a plan to go forward in regards to further industrial action.
Okay, all right. Peter Jordan, thank you very much for your time today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That is the CFMEU's Northern Mining and New South Wales Energy President Peter Jordan.